Riverside weather with meteorologist Aaron Brackett.
Welcome to the second half of your weekend. Quite the storm brewing out to the east. We've been talking about this for days, and it's still holding to those models. Hurricane Sandy, now still a hurricane, drawing near to the east coast. In fact, New York City suspending its subway operations and halting bus service later on tonight due to the fact that a lot of these big cities lay across the coast right at sea level, and storm surge from this hurricane as it makes landfall anywhere from 5 to 10, even locally 12 feet, and that means that you have water rushing into these large metropolitan areas. So flooding is going to be a huge concern on the coast. Also winds and all that rain. When you combine these two, we'll be talking about long-term power outages in this area, days, even up to a week in some locations. We're going to stay on top of this for you. Right now, as we look at the tropical tracker, you can see how long the storm has been going as it went through the Caribbean just in the last couple days. Now sits at 75-mile-per-hour sustained winds, gusting to 92 at its current location. So that makes it a Category 1 storm, the weakest, but it's not really the strength that is the problem here. It's the impact that it's going to have in the northeast and where it's going to hit as it comes ashore. And it's not going to go away either. A lot of hurricanes, when they go on shore, they lose their strength quickly. This is actually going to become what's called an extratropical storm, which means it just becomes a very powerful low, and those winds will stay with it. We're going to keep our eye on that. Back to southern Arizona now. 89 degrees, the high temperature today in Tucson. 78 in Wilcox, a pretty nice day, but still well above average, 8 degrees above average. We typically see 81 at this day in the calendar, record of 94. We were 5 degrees away from that. We've slipped to 86 right now currently in Tucson, 86 Casa Grande, into the upper 80s in Phoenix right now, and statewide we see the cooler air off to the north. As is typical, it's 62 in Flagstaff currently, 64 in Show Low into New Mexico, middle 60s also in Albuquerque. We're void of clouds. You have to go into New Mexico for those as well. Even a couple near Albuquerque have fizzled off in the last 6 hours. But look at all the orange painted on this map here. Temperatures increasing over the last 24 hours yet again, and that is why we've seen these highs today well above average. We're even 3 degrees above where we were this time yesterday. Here's FutureCast now. Hour by hour we go into Monday morning, noon, and early afternoon. Really no clouds to report in our area, but we do have a cooling trend that you'll see on the 7-day forecast. Next weekend we'll get a trough that'll dive down. This is going to be a dry trough, but we will pull in some of that cooler air over the desert southwest. Temperatures will drop about 10 degrees here at the end of our 7-day. Tonight's forecast low is 47 in Nogales, 46 Sierra Vista. We see generally the 50s to locations north of the border. 46 in Benson, though, cooler in Cochise County. Another night in the upper 30s for you in Douglas. Here in Tucson, we go to 55 tonight. Near average, relatively speaking, 52 to 57 across the city. Light and variable winds will be in place. Tomorrow, another warm one, pretty much a carbon copy of today. We'll call it 88 degrees, and our average goes down to 80 tomorrow. A quick look at your 7-day shows you the 80s Friday, even some 70s coming into play for the first part of next weekend. 9 your side at 5 will be back after this.